shouldn't use such heavy shoes today.
Ready? All right. Everybody ready?
Have you seen him?
Are we streaming live?
We are, but I will be checking it here in a minute just to make sure.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Village of Mount Sterling Council meeting for September 9th, 2019. I'd like a roll call, please.
David?
Here.
Marcy?
Here.
Becky? Here. Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Here.
All's present?
Thank you. Jim, would you like to lead us in prayer?
Tonight we'll do the Lord's Prayer. If you all know the Lord's Prayer, please feel free to join me. Our Father, which art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done,
On
on
earth
earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever.
and ever.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
You'll see on your agenda, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a motion to amend your agenda to include ordinance 2019-24. This will amend the agenda that you originally had or got before tonight. And I'll let her explain.
Okay, we're just amending the agenda. That 2019-24 is going to be added. I have placed a copy of that in front of you at your seat. If you want to look that over, it's to amend the appropriations. We'll get to that once we get to the ordinances resolution. So this motion is only for you to accept the amending of adding this resolution. That was not formally on your agenda Friday.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Thank
second.
you. Thank you. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky? Yes. Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
All's been passed.
Thank you. Before you, you have the minutes from the Village Council meeting from August the 26th. I need a motion to accept those minutes.
You got it.
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky? Yes. Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Been passed. If I may send the signatures form
Yes.
around?
Yes. Motion to approve and you pass the form around to obtain signatures. That leads me to the mayor's report. You all seen the blacktop crew came in and did stage 2 in town. Are they coming back tomorrow?
Yes, they will
They
be.
are.
Yeah.
They're coming back actually tomorrow to finish up their bid. And when they get their work all done, then that's when the village employees are going around town to see what we possibly missed. I hope they don't miss anything, but I'm sure they will. And we'll finish up with anything that they missed. Other than that, I'll pass it on to the President Pro Temp, David Timmons.
As everybody knows, Wednesday is the anniversary of 9/11, and like I said, that day will never be forgotten, just like Pearl Harbor was. And I always like to thank all of our firemen, our policemen, and we got one of our deputies sitting here at Sheriff tonight, what they do for us day in, day out, which I don't think we appreciate as much as what they do in our fire department and our EMTs. that day changed everything on how we live and how we do everything. And I think we need to remember that day and thank any deputy, thank any policeman, thank any for what they do. And that's all I got to report there, Mayor.
Thank you. That leads us to public comments. It's your turn. Nobody?
Clipview looks a lot better.
Pardon?
Clipview sure looks a lot better.
You're welcome. It's been a ordeal. All the hoops that we have to jump through because we're still under fiscal emergency. It really becomes frustrating sometimes. Some people, I checked with the engineer told me to do it this way, the way we're doing it. Some people thought we did it the wrong way, took too long. The idea was to save money, but we're getting it done. We're going to get it done. We have some other things coming up shortly that we'll be telling you all about. We're going to try to upgrade some of our equipment that's been neglected for years, but I'll make an announcement about that maybe the next council meeting. But you're welcome. And they're not finished yet. They'll be back tomorrow. Thank goodness. Anybody else? That leads us up to, we do not have an executive session. And David called him a deputy. He's not a deputy anymore.
sir.
We have with us for a sheriff's report, Sheriff John Swaney.
Mayor.
You're welcome.
Mayor, thank you. Members of the council, I apologize. Most of you that don't know me, my name is John Swaney. I am your sheriff. I was appointed after Sheriff Saban retired in March. Shortly after that, actually almost immediately at my appointment, I got an illness and I battled some cancer, and I brought with me tonight my chief deputy, Eric Semler. Eric is my right-hand man, and he ran the office for me while I was tending to my illnesses. Starting to feel better. I wanted to come and introduce myself to you folks and the community. I'm not new. I did manage the patrol division in the 911 center when Sheriff Saban was sheriff. So all the guys that's been coming down here for years and stuff, I was the one behind the scenes that put that into play. With that, I just wanted to get a chance to introduce myself. I want to be short, and as we move forward in the future, I'm the guy you'll see, and if you ever need anything, by all means, please call the sheriff's office, ask my phone. I return those calls all the time, and we'll get that done. But just to let you know, and to let everybody know, I get my spectacles on here, so
You're fine. You're fine.
during the month of August, here in the village, the sheriff's office handled a total of 198 incidents. I'm not going to get into all the little things, but just to give you an idea that we handled 2 breaking and entering, 33 civil disputes and civil process issues. We handled 10 house checks. 3 open doors were found. Suspicious vehicles and persons to a total of 25. 30 traffic stops, 5 unwanted guests, and right for the village, only 1 vehicle crash. So other than that, everything's running smooth. We'll continue to do what we do, and as we move forward, I'm open for suggestions how we go. If anybody has any questions or comments of me, I'm open.
I'm good.
Hey, I do have one question. How is the painkiller situation in Madison County for people with the problems with that? Have we had a lot of situations in Madison County?
Well, as for the painkillers, I haven't seen a lot of that. We deal with a lot of the opiates.
Yep.
More opiates and
Yep.
meth. So those numbers, we would have a lot of those, but I don't see a lot of painkillers, but we all know that it's stepping stone to the next level. So I'll have a report of the number for you on
Okay. Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.
that.
Thank you very much, John.
Yep, thank you.
That would lead us to the law director.
I have no report,
No report. That leads us to the utilities clerk's on vacation. Do we
Can I
have?
make a comment on
Yes,
that?
I was going to say, I think,
Okay, she, just for the public's understanding, is she's been out since last Thursday on vacation. And unfortunately, the clerk that's,
replacement.
she's been out with her husband being ill in the hospital. So I've been trying to man the front, take the phone call. So I just want the public to, I appreciate your patience. And I've been trying to get, everybody's phone calls back and taking payments. So she will be returning tomorrow. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to call back. But I've got most of them taken care of, so. She did not give a report, so hopefully next meeting you guys will have a report.
That leads us to the village administrator, Brian. He is on vacation also. So
I did ask for a report if he would like to give one, and he does not have a report.
he does not give a report.
Yeah.
But I'll give a report there. He's doing a fine job. Doing a very good job. I'm really impressed with our new village administrator. In several meetings that I've sat with him. Very professional, knowledgeable. We're really lucky to have him. That leads us into the fiscal officer / clerk of council.
And I do have a report. Believe that. Believe that one. Okay. So I just wanted to make an announcement to everybody that the Free Will Baptist Church Carnival that was scheduled for September the 21st has been canceled. So if anybody was planning on attending that, where they were going to have a proceedings down here, some of them a parade, that's no longer going to be done because of the lack of volunteers. Okay, so if anybody was trying to attend that, that was September the 21st. I also wanted to send out a thank you. I know we do this anonymously, but there has been a gentleman that has really taken Mount Sterling under his wing, and he did not want me to disclose his name, but you can see all the flags that are flying downtown and the main drags was on his donation. So I really want to thank him. We somewhat stay in contact probably every other week. He's done some work out at some of the points and stuff that he was trying to make that's more appealing for when people are coming through. So again, I'm sorry that I can't say his name, but I just wanted to thank him publicly. He knows who he is. So he does come in and check on us a lot. So he does a great job. So I just wanted to thank him for that.
He does. He supplies all the flags to the American Legion, which puts the flags on the graves at the cemetery. He insists on new flags every year. So,
Yeah. And
yeah,
all the brackets and the poles and things like
Right.
that. So,
Good man.
we can't thank him enough out at the American Legion.
and he would like to kind of dress up what we refer to as the points of Mount Sterling. So those are the first things that people see when they drive into town. And he wanted to donate some more of his time to making those look nice. So thank him for that. Okay, so if we can go right into the financial reports. Your reader report that everybody should have seen. Okay, so on September the 3rd, we are showing a income collection of $20,584.52. Again, we're still contributing or participating in that delinquency program. So if anybody has any questions, I do always say, please reach out to me, the public, if you have any questions on your RETA income tax. I would be willing to help you. So let me know if you have any questions. Council, if you would stop me if you have any questions on your financial reports. The appropriation status is the next one. We're at 60%, which is way below what was then budgeted for 2019. Again, we will be coming back to council to get with you from the state auditors on making another general fund forecast change. So be looking forward to that, as well as the 2020 budget. I still need to get a few things tied up with that. And the water fund is the next fund that we look for. We're showing at 47%, which is, again, below budget, what has been expended. So we should be proud of that. Any questions on the appropriation status? Okay, cash summary by fund. We're looking very healthy in our funds here. All are in the positive. Any questions? And again, I apologize if we run through these, but these are the normal reports that we look. And the comparison of budget and appropriated. Any questions on that? You guys will see a change in these numbers next council meeting because of the appropriations that we're going to be changing tonight, okay? Payment listing. Again, these reports here are for the month of August. So if you are looking at these reports, it would be from August the 1st until August the 31st. Again, on your payment listings, there's not much here that is out of the ordinary. Again, we did have to haul sludge, so you'll see that there is a WD Forms payment on there. And it's really all the same. Nothing out of the ordinary on there. Okay, receipt listings.
It's
Again?
interesting to note that the RETA amount has improved from last year at this time.
Right.
Some $50,000 more this month than a year ago's RETA report, so
Right.
that's good.
Yep. Again, everybody likes to watch cable, so we did get our cable franchise check there, around $7,000. That's a quarterly check to report on that. Revenue status is our next one. We are at 87%, which is very good, over what has been expected for revenues. The water fund is at 59%. Good. Right where it's supposed to be. Okay, so any questions on the financial reports that I have here?
The main thing, Courtney, we're keeping the course, just like I told at the meeting that day,
Right.
and as long as we can keep that smooth selling, I think we're gonna go all the way. Exactly. Good job.
Yeah, so just an update as far as the comments. As we know, last meeting, we did approve some of those policies that we had to have in order for the fiscal emergency that we're under. There are a few that are still pending their approval. And then, of course, not once we process these policies and once we start practicing and enforcing these policies, there also has to be a history. So not only once we pass them that we get out of that. There has to be a historical data that they have to see. So they have to make sure that what's been passed is actually what we're following, okay? So I want the public to understand that, is once it's been passed, it just doesn't mean that we come out of it, okay? So the next thing, and if anybody has any questions on that, as far as the emergency that we're under, please let me know. I mean, I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have on those to see where we're at now. So again, we do have those commission committees recorded on YouTube. If anybody wants to refer back to those and see how those go, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Okay, so the next thing that you guys as council will be signing will be the reconciliation for the month of August. So it was reconciled on September the 5th. Down to the penny, every penny has been accounted for, that's been received and exited from the village. And if I can pass this around with the motion from Mayor Martin to accept the following appropriation status report, revenue status, receipt listing, payment listing, comparison of budget listing, cash summary by fund, your RETA fund, as well as your August bank reconciliation.
I need a motion for the
Before I
following.
have a motion, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do we fall under this stoppage of bulk mailing by the Village of Mount Sterling's post office?
They stopped that last month, so.
So you have
Mayor
to go to
Martin-
London to mail
Yes,
your bulk mailing.
yes, Mayor Martin took.
You're
those-
talking about the water bills? Yeah,
Yes.
we go to London now.
It shouldn't be, but I can't figure out how to stop it.
Well, the postal service said that's the way it's gonna be.
I know they said that.
Yeah, yeah.
But sometimes there
So-
has to be changes made too.
Well,
It's
it,
for their convenience.
Well, remember, last meeting, we were looking about getting our own postage
Meter?
system and meter to do it ourselves, and then we just give them to the Mount Sterling Post Office.
Right.
So we were gonna look into that of the cost
I
of what
think
that
it'd
was
still
gonna
be cheaper than having Bill or somebody run those mailings to London.
Yeah.
she is checking prices to see what would benefit us, to save us the most money.
Well, there are other organizations in town that use the bulk mailing, they've been stopped also.
Yeah,
Churches
yeah,
mainly, and
Right.
there's fraternal organizations too.
yeah.
So
So I need a motion.
I'll give you the motion.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. A vote?
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky? Yes. Lowell?
Yes?
Craig?
Yes.
Okay, motion's been passed. And if I could please pass this around and capture your signatures, that'd be great.
And I'd just like to make a comment about that financial report that Lowell brought up. One word comes to mind on this Rita tax thing, is persistence on these girls. That's why it's increased, because of these girls. The persistence and following stuff up, checking, make sure everybody's paying their fair share. Are you finished?
I am.
That takes us to Finance Committee. Mr. Anderson.
Everything we have discussed with the bills and the reports will take care of the finance report. We will be working on the budget and some other things shortly, so nothing
Yeah,
else to
when you
report
gonna
on
s-
finance.
When you going to schedule a meeting? Because,
That's up to Courtney,
Yeah.
and whenever she's ready, we're ready.
okay, because there's some things we need to bring up to Finance.
Well, we can bring them up.
Okay. Pleasant Township, Craig?
We said the pledge, there was no old business, there was no new business, they paid the bills, and we was out the door in 17 minutes. And that's the end of my report.
That's the kind of meeting I like to attend. Squad, Mr. Anderson.
They meet Wednesday, the 11th.
Okay.
That's it.
Fire, Marcy?
Our meeting did not last 17 minutes. It was quite extensive. We had quite a long discussion about a piece of equipment they'd like to purchase. They're trying to come up with something that will help them with snow removal when the village gets busy or can't come
Yeah.
to remove snow
Yeah.
around the firehouse. And also to be able to go out to Deer Creek and remote areas in case they have like a lot of horse trails out there, and they've
Yeah.
had an incident before where somebody was way deep in, and they were trying to find a vehicle that might be able to settle both those instances, I guess, be able to put a blade on and remove snow, and then also be able to get back those narrow paths. And so the chief made a really good list of pros and cons, and we kind of gave a recommendation, and he's going forward with trying to find the appropriate vehicle. So
Very good.
their next meeting will be the 26th at 8 o'clock.
Very good. Water, wastewater, Miss Becky Martin.
Yes, well, we had a meeting. Our meetings are the last Tuesday of the month, and our next meeting will be the 24th. We basically, at this last meeting, just discussed, town's business and maybe different ways to, look at sewer collection out at,
Brooks?
Burr Oaks, and so we're doing a little more investigation and things before we make any decisions.
Very
So the
good.
next meeting will be September 24th at 2.
September 24th. Street Committee, Mr. Timmons.
Main thing here, like you mentioned, Mayor, is the phase 2 on these potholes, and I'm so glad to get them remedied. And also, at our last meeting, we discussed about signs, and we see how many signs we had, and I think there's so many stop signs in our community, it's rusty, and I think we need to put up a few more new ones of them. And also, we'll be meeting again on September 18th at 11 o'clock. And we'll be discussing about the signs, about where to put them and stuff like that.
Very good.
Speaking of signs, the Finance Committee has already approved purchase orders, and those are on their way.
Once we get the quotes and stuff, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
David, on the 18th, what
Ye-
time?
11 o'clock, Lowell.
Okay. Parks and Rec, Marcy.
At our last meeting a few weeks ago, we talked about sort of like a wish list for the budget for next year with Jeff, and we talked about things that we'd like to see for Parks and Rec and special events for the village. We did have a special meeting today that dealt with an event that the Youth Athletic Association would like to put on and maybe have the village co-sponsor. We tabled that for today so that we could get a little bit more information, but we will be meeting again this Thursday at 3 o'clock, and then our next regular scheduled meeting will be the 24th at 3 o'clock.
So you're meeting this Thursday at 3 o'clock?
Yes. Yes, to try to, so that we can try to decide on this event, and so they can carry on with it if we decide to approve it, so.
Okay. Very good. Record of retention, Mr. Anderson.
No report.
Nuisance and abatement, Becky Martin.
Yeah, we had our last meeting on Tuesday, the 3rd. Our next meeting is the 17th at 2 o'clock. We are trying to make a lot of progress. We have Jay Meyer from Washington Courthouse coming down this Thursday, I believe.
Yes.
And we have like a dirty dozen on the list of buildings that have some serious problems, structural problems. And Jay's going to go through them with the committee and see, you know, like what's violating codes and different things like that. So we're excited to get that moving along. And as I reported last time, we are reworking our whole process of violations, specific violations, fine amounts, who and when those will be paid and how they'll be paid and collected. So that is still in the works, so we are hard at it. We did, as I mentioned last meeting, we did give our 3 yards of the month awards, but those are just about to expire. We're actually doing it bi-monthly, and we have 3 more homes/businesses that will be getting those awards next week. And you know, like I said before, we are very excited about the people that take a lot of pride in their homes, yards, and businesses, and we hope it catches on. We hope we just become like the showplace of the county. So we appreciate all the hard work that my committee has been doing.
Very good. Block Watch, Mr. Timmons.
Block Watch, we've been still doing what we call the journey around the village, and we said, talking about people, and one of the talks they talk about strange cars being in the neighborhood, and I said, you see a strange car, if you're not sure with it, that's what the sheriffs are for, and I said, give them a call and let them check it out. And also, we was discussing Halloween coming up. I'm gonna have the Block Watch out when we do decide to set, I don't know if we set a date for Halloween yet or
We
not.
haven't, we have not. We got to do
So I
that.
think we need to do that so I can prepare for the Block Watch if we can later. And, 'cause I'm gonna have the Block Watch out, make sure kids are safe and stuff, along with the deputies and stuff. And that's about my report right now. As soon as I know about Halloween, I'll tell that other two.
All righty, very good. Pardon?
Should we make a motion to set the Halloween?
We
Right now,
can,
yes.
Yeah,
Go for it.
should,
yeah.
do it right now?
I think our precedent we had set before is to always do it on the 31st.
Yes.
And this year, the 31st is a Thursday evening. And I believe, I could be wrong, I believe we did something like 6 to 7:30-ish.
Yeah.
So
That's your motion?
I guess my motion is to make trick or treat Thursday, October 31st from 6 to 7:30.
I'll second that motion.
6 to 7:30, okay. Becky first. Lowell,
Yes.
roll call, Mayor.
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
Yes,
Craig.
Yes.
So now it's official, October 31st, 6 to 7:30.
I'll get Ward Mayor to the block watch then and everything. That'll give me a chance to dress up like Captain America too.
There you
so
go.
get that way.
Get a bag and get some candy. That leads us into ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance 2019-22. Excuse me. An ordinance amending the codified ordinance 406 traffic control to allow the village administrator to assume the powers of the chief of police. We needed to explain that a lot more. We're not creating a police department. We're not creating a job for a policeman. We're simply designating the power over to the village administrator for very minor signs in the street, that sort of thing. This was taken completely out of context, and I apologize. Maybe we should have explained more in detail, but it's simply so Brian will have the power to block a street, put a sign up, something like that. No police duties. So I need a motion to place this on the second reading.
I make a motion.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Thank you. Vote?
David,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Lowell,
yes,
Craig.
Yes.
Passed on the second.
Thank you. That leads us to ordinance 2019-23. This is an ordinance amending 2009-7 to increase appropriations in permissive motor vehicle license tax and other contractual services and declaring this an emergency. Excuse me. Do you know what that's about? Everybody knows what,
Did you want me to explain?
go ahead and explain it.
Okay, so what this is appropriation change is going to be allowing myself to send to the county is that the second phase of the AJ asphalt paving, phase 2, will be paid out of the permissive account. So again, during budget of 2019, we did not budget for anything for under that permissive.
Right.
So the state auditor said that, yes, we can go ahead and use that money, those monies, to be paid out of the permissive account. So all you're doing is allowing me to change those appropriations, send it to the county so that we can pay the second phase.
okay, I'll give you a motion to suspend the rules.
Thank you. Second?
Good.
Thank you. Vote?
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes,
Craig?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to place this on first, second, and third readings
You got it.
tonight. Thank you. Second. Thank you. Vote?
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
yes,
Craig?
Yes.
Motion for passage to ordinance 2019-23.
give you the motion.
Thank you. Second.
I'll second.
Vote?
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes,
Craig?
Yes.
Ordinance has been passed.
Thank you. That leads us to Resolution 2019-14, a resolution authorizing me as mayor to contract the position of him, village law director, declare motion to place this on a third reading.
yes,
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Vote?
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
yes,
Craig?
Yes.
I need a motion to adopt Resolution 2019-14.
You got it.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Thank you. Vote,
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Resolution 2019-14 is passed.
thank you. Now,
Ordinance 2019-24.
24.
Yep.
Okay. That leads us to ordinance 2019-24. This is an ordinance amending 2019-7 to increase the appropriations and deposit funds into a particular account and declaring this an emergency. Explanation.
Okay, explanation. So this is why we had to amend the agenda. While working up at the front counter at the water department, I've noticed that there's a lot of people moving in and out. So a lot of people are moving from the apartments to the housing in Mount Sterling, which is good. So they're not moving out of Mount Sterling. So I know with the finance department, we made a motion to allow me to appropriate $500. So again, knowing that I know we're probably going to get some more money because I did take those messages from some of those residents that are moving to those houses. I know that they're going to be wanting their non-refundable water sewer deposit. So as you know, an ordinance that we have right now, as of today, is a non-refundable $50. These
Now it
monies-
is.
Yes,
They're
these
gonna want the
monies
refundable.
that we're refunding are the ones that have been, had paid the $150 long ago, okay? So I know at one time, finance did approve the $500 for the allowance of that, but now we need to have additional monies, because as going up there, I know there's more than $500. So these are some people, because it's the beginning of the month, people are moving in and out. So these are allowing me to reappropriate an extra additional $500.
So you understand? Okay, everybody understands. Second, please?
Okay, hold on just a second. This is to suspend the rules?
Yeah, this is to suspend the rules,
I'll make a
right?
motion.
Craig? All right, thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. A vote?
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to place this ordinance 2019-24 on the first, second, and third readings tonight.
Second.
Thank you. Vote?
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
I need a motion for passage of ordinance 2019-24.
Got it.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Thank you. Vote?
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Ordinance has been passed.
Thank you. You all understand, in the past, it was a $150 refundable, and you all changed it to a $50 non-refundable, so we've spent the money that you allocated for those people moving. So that's what that was about. Resolution 2019-16. Resolution declaring the parking lot at 16 South London, Beacon Way for public purpose and use. This is the second reading. You all know what this is about. We're just cleaning up loose ends as far as resolutions are concerned about parking. I need a motion to place this on the second reading.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Second.
I'll second.
Vote.
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Pass on the second.
Very good. Resolution 2019-18, resolution replacing Councilman Michael Bennett, who resigned, with Andrew Drake, and declaring this an emergency. I need a motion to suspend the rules.
Give you the motion.
I'll second.
Second. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Becky, or Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
I need a motion to place this on the first, second, and third readings
You got
tonight. Thank you. A second.
David?
It was David and
Yes,
Lowell.
yes,
David and Lowell?
yeah,
Okay, roll.
yes.
David?
Vote.
David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
I need a motion to adopt 2019-18.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Second.
Vote.
Marcy.
Marcy got it? Okay. David?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Resolution has been passed.
Mr. Drake.
You're on this next one. Right here.
That's Bond. Both bosses, right here. Please step up here.
Come around here.
He can.
I think you should. Going around,
Come right around, Andrew.
To come to the front row.
get on up here.
Yes, sir. Congratulations. State of Ohio, Madison County. I
Andrew Drake,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of the office of Village Council Person for the Village of Mount Sterling in Madison County, Ohio.
I do, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Andrew, as President Pro Temp, I'd like to welcome you with office here. If you can stand sitting beside me, I appreciate that. Glad to have you here.
That leads us to roundtable.
I would like to ask Courtney if she could prepare an update on the committees. Since we have a new council member, we'll need an update.
Okay. David, would you like to, tomorrow, provide us a copy of the committees and then I?
Yeah, I can get you one off.
Well, okay, but
Okay.
we have
Okay.
Andrew, so.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
if you would give those to me and then I can send it out to the
Okay,
council.
okay, no problem.
I'd like to say a couple things. Well, congratulations, Andy. Thank you. And I did want to thank our other candidate that came in and applied. She was a wonderful lady, and we hope to utilize her talents on some of our committees. So I want to thank her as well. And then also, upcoming in the community on September the 21st, we have a street market and a shop hop from 10 to 3. I know the Methodist Church is coming out with their waffles. I like to tell that because that's a big draw.
they are.
So, we have lots of vendors coming out. And again, all the downtown businesses will be doing a shop hop with special events and things going on. So come out and support your community, and small businesses is really important to buy local. And so hope to see you on the 21st.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
the
sir.
one thing I like to report, I've had communications with a couple of magazines around World War II, and I may have a gentleman may be talking to me sometime in late October about a story about our monument and about how Timmons Way came about, but what they did and everything. And as soon as I get all the information, I'll notify council and the mayor so we all can be there. And I think we'll get national recognition out of this, and that never hurts. And so I hope it all comes through. So I will know more to tell about that later on.
Very good, very good.
I have one thing.
Yes, ma'am.
I know it's probably a little taboo, but in West Jefferson on Wednesday, in honor of 9/11, we are having Brigadier General Maria Kelly. She's known throughout Madison County. She's going to be doing a talk on reflections on 9/11 then and now. So if anybody is looking for something patriotic to do, the talk begins, we meet around 7 o'clock. We have about a half an hour of social time, so you can meet Maria and talk to her. And then she'll speak from 7:30 to 8:30, and she's got some pretty powerful stories to tell. So I just wanted to invite you as to come.
I have
Thank
one more
you.
thing I found in the, I found in the paper. I love to read the Messenger and get lots of little tidbits. Sorry.
Little punchline in for
Oh, yeah. But there's a grant funding support for small local businesses, and I was reading that it's in Ohio, but specifically targeted to Madison County. And so there's $160-some thousand available for local entrepreneurs. You know, it says to reach out to Madison County Chamber of Commerce. Says they're working with the City of London, Madison County Community Improvement Corporation, and Downtown London Association, and other area organizations. And so we, of course, are part of Madison County. So I encourage everyone and anyone that has any interest of growing their small business or starting a small business to look into that. I'd be happy, you know, to help you. And, you know, we need to grow our community, and small businesses is a great place to start.
Very good.
Mr. Mayor, Andrew, do you like to say anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Other than to second the growth of small business, we need more. Absolutely.
Congratulations, Andrew.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Thank you all very much. We're adjourned. Hi, Wendell. I'm doing well.
Hey, Andy?
I thought you wanted to stand up and make a speech or something.
I thought we were on the agenda for tonight.
I thought you were.
Yeah, Courtney said we're not, so what do we have to do to get on?
Just a few minutes, my daughter is right here. But